Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. It is Sunday night. Carson Meredith with you here, just past 6 o'clock. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you've had a good weekend, and I hope you won the rain lottery today. If you didn't win the rain lottery so far, you may still have a little bit of luck. Got a few downpours out there still this evening. We're going to track those as the next few minutes go. And then we'll talk about more heat and more storms for the week ahead. So our nightly chat is a little early this evening because we don't have a traditional newscast here at 6 o'clock tonight. So we're going to use this as our 6 o'clock newscast. As always, if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, or concerns, let me know. I got the comments section right here. Here we go. Michael Wells, we got some rain. Praise. Yes. It wasn't a lot, but you know what? We'll take it. The official measurement in Louisville was 0.04, so 4/100ths of an inch of rain. That is quite literally a drop in the bucket. But again, we'll take whatever we can get at this point. And I think we got a better shot at some rain, even a few more storms on Wednesday. So if you didn't get lucky today, maybe the luck will be on your side by then. Weather Geek saying hello. It was cooler for 5 seconds today. Yeah, right? At this point, by the way, we have not hit 90 today. The clouds kind of socked us in all day. That really limited the warm-up that we were expecting. So as of now, as of 6:03, we have not hit 90 today. That might still change since we're seeing some of those clouds break up. But could the heat wave technically be coming to an end? Remember, heat waves are 3 or more days with highs 90 or above. We may have not hit that today. Maybe snap a 7-day streak of 90s. Sean is watching in Jeffersonville as always. Please do whatever you can to channel the high pressure block away. I'm trying. I'm trying. I don't think I'm being very successful. But hey, here's some good news for tomorrow, guys. It's going to be, I'll say, borderline hot tomorrow, low 90s again, but it's not going to be humid. Be decent tomorrow. I'm not going to say comfortable because when I said that last week, people got all bent out of shape. But it'll be decent tomorrow, so take comfort in that. Ashley's always watching us. We appreciate it. Is Tuesday night a worry at all? No. If you're talking severe weather, Ashley, no, not Tuesday night. That's when those good old-fashioned pop-up downpours come back. Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Wednesday, we may have a few stronger storms again. Have heavy rain, gusty winds. That's about it. But no huge severe weather threats anytime soon, so take comfort in that. Angela's always watching in Taylorsville. Hopes all is well in Spencer County. Got some rain this morning, and it's thundering now here, Ashley says. Yeah, there's some downpours heading your way, Ashley. We're going to show you those here in just a sec. Lady in KY on YouTube says, are we going to get rain in Adair County? It's possible. It is possible. It's not a guarantee. Most of the rain is actually starting to wind down, but there's still a few downpours out there that we're going to talk about. Olivia on Facebook says, gotten a couple of little showers, but we need so much more. Yeah, we do. We most certainly do. You're right, Olivia, but we just have to take what we can at this point, right? All right, more comments in a little bit. First, we'll go to radar. Here's the big picture. There's really not a whole lot going on. And quite frankly, there's been these little specks on radar all afternoon, these little specks of showers, especially across central Kentucky. But because that morning round of rain basically went through all of wave country, which we did not expect. We thought it would fizzle out near the Ohio River. That didn't happen. But because that rain held on longer this morning, that meant the clouds held on most of the day, which means we didn't get a lot of fuel that we needed for these storms to fire up this afternoon, which I'm not complaining about. Could have used the rain, but I'm not going to complain about not having any strong storms. Having said that, the cold front is in wave country as we speak. And you can tell when you look at this broken little line of downpours that basically goes down 71. So Oldham, Trimble, Carroll County, missing Louisville. of course, the break in that line is smack dab in the middle of Jefferson County. But additional downpours stretch down towards southern Harrison County into Meade and Breckenridge County too. That right there, my friends, is the cold front. It is moving through as we speak. What you're going to notice as this front moves through is quick clearing skies and slightly less humidity. It's only a slightly less humid feel tonight, but by tomorrow, it'll feel even less humid, even better, right? So let's just kind of do a little radar tour, shall we, as I dance with this radar map here. All right, here's the one downpour. We're one of two, really, that we're watching. And this downpour hasn't had much lightning. What's that lightning count right now? 1? So it's picked up 1 lightning strike in the last few minutes. It's just not there as far as any strong storm potential. But there has been some wind with it, around 20, 25, 30 miles per hour. So it'll definitely get your attention as this downpour moves through. It just went through Brandenburg a couple of minutes ago, really. It's moving through Irvington now, heading towards Hillgrove, moving into Hillgrove right now. Ekron just saw some of that rain basically along Highway 60 as you're heading out of Radcliffe, going out towards Hardinsburg and Irvington. So that's one downpour. You notice it does stretch into southern Harrison County and into far, far southwest Jefferson County. So the metro isn't getting totally missed here, but 98% of Louisville is. It's that little part of Jefferson County that sticks out right here. Let me get my drawing tool. Hang on. There we go. So it's that little part of Jefferson County right there along Dixie Highway that kind of sticks out from the rest of the city. That's going to get some rain. So out near the Cosmosdale plant, that area, if you're familiar with that, going to see some rain down there. Valley Station, not going to see much if you're north of the freeway. If you're up towards Cane Run Road, the Greenbelt, not going to see a whole lot. But south of the freeway, going to have a nice little downpour here over the next few minutes. That's one downpour we're watching. Stretches from southwest Jefferson through Meade and northern Breckenridge, Hardinsburg. You might be seeing some heavier rain here in about 5 to 10 minutes. There was one downpour that was trying to get going in the Knobs a few minutes ago, and that's what's left of it. It's over Georgetown as we speak. That's about it with that little downpour, but we'll see if it can ramp up again. It might cause some problems here in the city. We'll watch it. And honestly, guys, the main threat I'm watching now is just heavy rain. There's been some wind with these downpours, not a whole lot. I'm not overly concerned about severe weather, so that's a good thing. Here's the other downpour we're watching. This is further to the north and east in Trimble County, Bedford. Seeing a lot of heavy rain at the moment. And notice these downpours are very narrow. So you're going to have heavy rain at your house if you see one of these downpours for, 10, 15 minutes, and then that's it. You're done for the night once this narrow line moves through, okay? This downpour has 0 lightning strikes in the last few minutes, but it still has very heavy rain across Trimble County, Bedford, like we talked about, stretching into Carrollton. Carrollton, you're getting some good rain at the moment. And further to the west, near New Washington and Clark County, seeing some of that rain too. But that's really the only action we have at this point. Let me take you to the big picture. And again, this is the cold front itself, those little downpours that I just showed you right here. Come on, drawing tool. Come on. Right here. There we go. So that's the cold front. And it's moving south and east. And I really expect most, if not all, the rain chances to be totally gone by 9 o'clock. 9, maybe 10 o'clock if you're in Adair County. I know Lady in KY was asking about Adair County a minute ago. 9, 10 o'clock, we're done with this. And even then, it's not a big deal. So go on about your plans on this Sunday evening. Whatever dinner plans you got, practice. I don't know if any of the kids are doing practices right now. Go on. It's fine. Just keep the umbrella handy. Keep that wave weather app handy. You might get an alert that says, hey, there's heavy rain nearby. So that would be the main thing to watch for the next couple of hours. If you're up near Salem, Paoli, even Corydon, Seymour, Bedford, you're done with any small downpour chances. So that is the storyline for this evening. See, to the comments we go. Shonda's at her daughter's in Charlestown and it poured twice. There you go. Good. Very hit and miss, but that's why I'm calling it a weather, a weather lottery, a rain lottery. Not a lot of us going to see these downpours this evening, but a few lucky folks will. Joseph, excuse me. Sorry, Joseph. You're always on here. I don't know why I said Josh. Any changes for Wednesday? Not much at this point. The only change is I bumped up the rain chance from 40 to 60%. Showers and storms are looking fairly likely on Wednesday. I can't nail down the exact timing just yet. Still a little variability on hour-by-hour timing, but there's going to be showers and storms around Wednesday, and some of them could be strong. Doesn't look like a huge severe weather threat at this point, but we'll need to watch for some gusty winds with stronger storms Wednesday afternoon. Not much of a tornado threat at this point. Dallas on YouTube says, I don't mind the rain, but I don't want any severe weather. Yeah. That's a very common sentiment lately after the crazy spring we had. Elaine says, good. Yeah, I'm with you, Elaine. Lady in KY says, less humidity is always a good thing. You got it. Mm-hmm. Jonathan, anything in the long term that shows a break in this heat wave? No, but yes. Long term, there's not a sustained break where we go 4, 5, 6 days in a row with highs in the 80s, right? Instead, we're looking at these 1 to 2 day breaks with highs in the 80s. Notice I'm not saying 70s for highs. I don't think that's happening until the fall, candidly. We may get a day where it's really cloudy and wet in July or August, and it's 70s because of that. But if you're looking for sustained cooler weather, it's not in the cards at this point, guys. It's just not, I'm afraid. There are a couple of 80s in our 10-day forecast. I'll show you that in a minute. But if you're looking for some true relief from the cool or from the hot weather, not a whole lot on the way. Wish I had better news on that, Jonathan. Jan asks, what about Lebanon Junction? Yeah, we'll zoom in on Lebanon Junction. We got a little extra time since we don't have a regular show at the moment. Let's see here. So this downpour is about to cross Dixie Highway. West Point out near Fort Knox, Radcliffe, Vine Grove, Rineyville. You're going to see this rain here shortly. And Jan, if you're in Lebanon Junction, if this downpour holds together, you may see some rain in the next 30 to 45 minutes. Now, having said that, just kind of looking at radar here, it might be weakening a little bit. So we'll see if it can hold on that long. Let me do a quick little track for you. How about that? Let's move into the south and east. I'll take it out to E-Town. So we're talking Radcliffe here in about 5 minutes, close to 620. Rineyville, 625. Bardstown Junction, which is a little tiny town there in Bullitt County. It's around 629. And then E-Town by 633. So for Lebanon Junction, Jan, we're probably looking at close to 630 at the earliest, probably closer to that 640, 650 time frame to where you might see this downpour scoot through. Hopefully, right? Fingers crossed. So hope that answers your question there. David is asking, any rain for Sellersburg? Let's take the wide view. Come on. Take the wide view. There we go. Sellersburg, your only rain chance, David, is honestly if this downpour in Clark County can get to you. It's up in New Washington. You're going to have to hope that this thing back builds to the south and west a little bit. And I'm not sure if that's going to happen, David. So Sellersburg might just miss out on the rain lottery tonight. It's going to be close, but not looking good right now. Ashley, that is me and Big Spring. Couple rumbles. There you go. Yeah, there's been a few rumbles with these storms, with these downpours. I want to say downpours because there hasn't been a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, but there's been some. Sean says, hopefully Taylorsville gets some rain. Let's see. Oh, man. Taylorsville looks like you, Sean, you're right in that break between these two downpours. You got downpour number one up to the north in Trimble County or right here. And then you got the second one right here. And they're both moving south and west. And here's Taylorsville in the middle, not getting a drop. Sorry about that, Sean. Better luck next time on the rain lottery. And like I said a few minutes ago, I think Wednesday has a better rain chance for everybody. So let's hold on to that. All right. Angela's definitely ready for some lower humidity tomorrow. This morning's humidity when heading out nearly took my breath away. I tell you, I was going home last night after the 11 o'clock show, and you walk out in the station parking lot. Of course, we're here in downtown, right in the middle of the heat island, and it smacks you right in the face. It's just so miserable out there with that humidity. But we'll get a one-day break. One day, all right? So enjoy tomorrow, because by Tuesday it starts to heat up again and get humid too. May says, got some pouring near Hanover. Felt nice for a few minutes. Yeah, that downpour went through Hanover about, 10, 15 minutes ago. Didn't last long, but take whatever rain you can get. Jan chiming in again, just don't like severe weather, especially as hot as it's been. Yeah, we really weren't expecting much in the way of severe weather today. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really see much left with this stuff. Just heavy rain's the main focus at this point. Barbara says, hola from Jeffersonville, Indiana. Hope you're well across the river, Barbara. Ramona's in E-Town. Could see some rain in E-Town here in the next 15 minutes if that downpour in Meade County can hold together. Sean says, man, I hope that Valley Station downpour is going straight east. No, they're going southeast. The cold front, it's moving from the north and west to the south and east. So it's not going like this. It's going diagonal. So that's why Taylorsville is going to miss out tonight. Ginger's asking about Marion County. All right, we'll go down to Marion County. There we are, Lebanon. We'll have to see if this one in Meade County can make it to Marion County. Right there. That would be your shot of rain moving to the south and east. It's weakening, Ginger, so we'll see if it holds together. If it does, you may see some rain in Marion County around 7 to 7:15. If it holds together, and that's a big if. These downpours continue to trend weaker and weaker here in the last few scans. So that's kind of the situation at the moment. No big deal. Just wanted to hop on here since we didn't have a regular newscast on TV to tell you all what was going on. There's that front. And like I mentioned, these last little downpours that are crossing the Ohio River, that is the cold front. So this will keep pushing south and east as the night goes on. And I think we're done with any rain chances at the absolute latest by 10 o'clock tonight. For most of us, we're done by 9. So another 2.5, 3 hours, and we're good to go. Until then, we'll have to watch for these heavier pockets of rain. Maybe a little wind. I'm not too worried about it. While we got some time, I will try to get my scribbles off the screen. Show you some heavier storms in eastern Kentucky this evening. Nothing severe, but if you know anybody down near Somerset, London, Corbin, they're going to get some heavy rain here shortly. Up into northeastern Kentucky, up in the mountains, could see some heavier rain and storms as well. The show today has been in the northeast. You never, very rarely, maybe once a year, talk about the northeast part of the U.S. being the center of the severe weather universe, but that is the case today. We got a tornado watch for parts of New York and Vermont and New Hampshire. New Hampshire, right? You got a severe thunderstorm watch for Pennsylvania, a couple severe thunderstorm warnings near Philly right now. So definitely an unusual setup. Not talking about the Northeast a lot when it comes to severe weather, just once or twice a year. And it looks like today is the day for our friends in the Northeast and New England. There's a view of E-Town on the SkyTrack camera. You can see those clouds are getting a little darker as that downpour tries to move in. But there's been a good bit of sunshine over the last little bit. Temperature still holding steady at 87 in Louisville, it is still humid. It is still humid because that cold front is just now moving into Louisville, just now crossing the Ohio River. All right. So the dew point is 73. That, my friends, is air you can wear. The second you walk outside, it's like a blanket. Ugh, it's nasty, right? That's why it still feels like 94 degrees out there. So it'll take a little bit for this drier, less humid air to filter in. But once it does, you'll definitely notice it. That is for sure. But for the time being, we're still in that warm sector here in Louisville and across most of Kentucky, too. 82 in Bullitt, 84 in Oldham, 82 in Taylor County, and it's 77 in Carroll County with that mix of sun and clouds. For tonight, we will have clearing skies. So as this front continues to push to the south, the skies will clear. It'll be mild. But if you ask me, I think it's comfortable compared to the last few nights we've had. It'll be in the mid 60s. We'll call it 68 here in the city. That's very typical for a late June night. So not too bad. Tomorrow will be a decent summer day. Plenty of sunshine. It's going to be a little hot, not horribly hot, but it'll definitely feel a little toasty. 91 here in town. A lot of you outside of town will likely be in the upper 80s. So another warm but tolerable day because it will not be as humid to kick off the work week. This is our next day that we really need to focus on. That's Tuesday, not necessarily for a storm threat, but for the heat. Remember, it's a one-day break, guys. So by Tuesday, we're starting to get more moisture back in. That wind will switch directions too, coming back out of the south and west. And that will push our highs back into the mid-90s. Those little red bubbles, as we talked about last night, that is what it will feel like, the peak heat index on Tuesday. You notice most spots will have that heat index peak around 97, 98, 99. But look at our western counties on Tuesday, kind of where that heat ridge is at strongest around here. We may have some of those feels like numbers as high as 100, maybe 101, 102. In our western counties. This again for Tuesday. Tomorrow's heat index, it'll be in the 90s, but it will be tolerable because it won't be all that humid. So Tuesday's the worst day of the heat this week, it looks like. And then we kind of get into this slightly more active pattern where we've got a couple of systems rolling through that'll give us brief little breaks in the heat every so often. It's like I said earlier, we're not going to have a solid break of no 90s for a few days. It'll be one day here, one day there, so on and so forth. So the worst of the heat at this point looks like it will be on Tuesday. Will we see rain chances in some form this summer? Well, yeah, of course we will. Obviously, we're all worried about that drought potential. I will say it's trending drier, a little dry, for the next couple weeks. That doesn't mean we're not going to have any rain. It just means that we're not going to have enough rain, right? So we'll see. Tiffany's asking if Shelbyville is going to get any rain this evening. Hold that thought, Tiffany. I'll get back to you on that. I got a couple more things I want to show everybody. RJ says no rainfall where he is at, or she, whoever it might be. Angela, what's going on in the tropics? It's quieted down. We had two systems we were concerned about that could become organized tropical cyclones. That hasn't happened. So we just had Alberto last week, or I think it was last week. It all runs together. But at this point, there's one system that's moving back onto the Mexican coastline, the southern Texas coast. But it's so disorganized. The National Hurricane Center said today the odds of this becoming an actual tropical cyclone are pretty slim. So for the time being, Angela, it still looks fairly quiet when it comes to the tropics. Amy just got a decent downpour in Bedford. Yeah, we were talking about that. Bedford seeing one of those downpours at the moment. And once we get past tonight, our next chance for downpours will be Tuesday afternoon. It looks a little more active when you got potentially, this isn't a slam dunk at all, but you could potentially have these clusters of storms that try to get into wave country briefly on Tuesday. And then, of course, Wednesday as our next cold front moves in. This is one forecast model's idea of how Tuesday could play out. This is 2:30 in the afternoon. Here comes some thunderstorms trying to move into our southern Indiana counties Tuesday afternoon, but look how quickly they fizzle out. So this is going to be one of those deals where we just have to wait and see how long these storms last. Perfect example was this morning. We had that decent pocket of storms up in Illinois, Iowa last night that we talked about right here from the studio last night. They were expected to move closer to us by sunrise this morning and then fizzle out. But they really didn't fizzle out. It kind of just kept on going with some light rain, right? So we just still have to work out the exact timing and placement of when these potential storm clusters will fizzle out, if they fizzle out on Tuesday. But we're going to keep a 20% chance for at least an isolated shower or storm Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. And then we start to get busy again on Wednesday. We still expect this cold front to move in from the north and west. And as it does so, that will set off higher coverage of showers and storms. Remember, we bumped up that rain chance to 60%. Instead of 40, it's now 60. And as this front pushes south and east Wednesday afternoon, we'll have to watch for some stronger storms. I forgot to put in the Colorado State machine outlook. That's on me. I forgot that. My bad. But I will tell you it's in the low territory. So it's not sounding alarm bells saying, oh boy, Wednesday is going to be bad, bad, bad. No. There could be some gusty winds. But we're not worried about widespread severe weather as this front moves through on Wednesday. We'll dry things out Wednesday night to Thursday, and that high pressure, that big blue H you see up in southern Canada, will at least briefly, keyword briefly, cool us down for Wednesday, and then again on Thursday. You'll see that pretty well here as the 10-day comes up on the screen. 88. When I say cool down, guys, that's what I mean. Upper 80s instead of low 90s. But it will also have slightly less humidity, especially on Thursday too. So it's all not bad. It's not all that bad, okay? But if you're looking for a big time break from the 90s, it's just not happening, unfortunately. I want to turn briefly to next weekend, next Saturday, next Sunday. I've only got 20% rain chances for now, but models are in pretty good agreement that another system will move through sometime next weekend. We still have to figure out the storm coverage with that system, how many storms we'll have. And we also have to nail down the exact timing. So that's why you only see 20% rain chances for next weekend right now. There is a very good chance that will go up on one or both of those days as we get closer and as we're able to fine-tune those details. So just keep that in mind. Next weekend, there could be something around with another system moving through. If you made me pinpoint a time frame for next weekend right now where that rain chance might be at its highest, I would say Saturday night and early Sunday. All right, that's kind of where it stands at this point. But again, I didn't want to get too specific, so we're just going to keep it at 20% for now until we get closer. Okay, so 91 tomorrow, warm, borderline hot, right? But it will not be all that humid. So a pretty nice start to the work week considering where we've been. 96 on Tuesday is the hottest day of the week, and then we drop into the 80s. With that next cold front that rolls through Wednesday, and we'll keep the 80s around into Thursday. Now, I'll leave that on for a second, and then we'll go back to radar one more time. Janet's asking, any hard rain coming to Owen County? I'll show you on radar here in a second. Maybe, Janet. We'll check it out here in a minute. Kelly says, any severe coming? Nothing huge. No. If we are going to have any severe storms, it would be Wednesday afternoon with a couple of storms. Not every single storm, but a couple of storms may have some gusty wind on Wednesday afternoon. But other than that, I don't see significant severe weather threats at this time. And we can all be thankful for that. I just see a good bit of heat with some breaks here and there, not a whole lot. All right, let's go back to radar, and then we will sign off and call it an evening. All right, here we go. Zoom back in on those two spots we were looking at. So it looks like this southern downpour has kind of split since we last looked at it. You've got one little piece of it right there near Custer and Breckenridge County, just went through Irvington. It's right there where Breckenridge, Meade, and Hardin all come together. And it's got a couple lightning bolts with it. But also at the same time, I bet you've had a little outflow boundary flare up. This new downpour in Bullitt County. All right, Shepherdsville, Lebanon Junction. There you go. Some rain moving through that part of wave country. So for the next 2 to 3 hours, we're going to keep this kind of pop-up mess around, especially in Kentucky. Indiana, I think you're done with rain. You're good to go. Louisville, you're looking pretty much done with the rain too, it seems. Of course, we didn't really see any here in town. But if you live south of Louisville, we'll keep this chance around for scattered downpours. I can't remember who it was that was asking me about Taylorsville earlier. There's a chance, well, maybe, unlikely though, that Taylorsville sees any rain with that, because remember, these downpours are moving this away, and Taylorsville is that away. So no luck, I'm afraid, for our friends in Spencer County tonight. But still, got those downpours in Bullitt County and that one moving out of Breckenridge and Meade heading into Hardin. So if you live west of E-Town, Four Corners, Rineyville, Cecilia, you live in any of those little burgs, you're probably going to see some heavier rain here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So that's that downpour. And then here comes the other downpour that is moving out of Trimble County, moving out of Clark County, Indiana. And it's kind of moving more south. It's moving more like this. A little bit. A little more of a southerly push with that storm. So if you're in Henry County, if you're in Campbellsburg, if you're in Newcastle, Campbellsburg, you got some good heavy rain right now. So Pendleton, Newcastle, Eminence. If you live along I-71 in Henry County, you're going to be getting some pretty heavy rain here in the next few minutes. And you might hear a few rumbles of thunder too. And this downpour on the western side will clip Oldham County. So we're talking probably north of Goshen, north of Crestwood, north of Pewee Valley. This will be an issue more for Buckner, LaGrange, points north. So this part of Oldham County. If you live south of Tri-County Ford, you're probably not going to see much rain with this little downpour. But it could continue to move into Shelby County too. So we'll watch that as the evening goes on. But that's really where we stand with the rain chances for the next 2 to 3 hours. The severe weather threat is pretty much gone. We'll watch for the ponding on the roads maybe. There hasn't been much wind with these storms today. I've only seen 30, 35 miles per hour, if that. So severe weather risk is very, very low at this point. We should be done with these downpours by 9, no later than 10 for all of wave country. Tommy's asking, are we getting any more rain in Carrollton tonight? Once this downpour that you're seeing now in Carrollton moves out, Tommy, you're done with the rain for the night. You won the rain lottery, but that's all you got out of it, I'm afraid. So we're going to wrap it up, guys. I have been rambling for way too long. But of course, I appreciate you listening as always every weekend here on Wave. Let me pop up the 10-day one more time. Less humid tomorrow, lots of sun. Get outside and enjoy it. Good pool day, really good pool day tomorrow. There it goes. Tuesday is the hottest day of the week at 96. Feels like temperatures near 100. Next big rain chance comes with that next cold front that brings more showers and storms Wednesday and brings that small cool down too. And by cool down, we mean upper 80s. That's all. So we're just getting started with summer. Got a lot more of this to go before we can get to fall. But we'll get there. We will get there. As a fall lover myself, that's what I got to keep telling myself. That is going to do it for this evening. Again, thank you everybody for watching. We will be on Wave News on the TV side of things tonight at 11. I think we have more U.S. Olympic trials, so it might be just a tick past 11, but we'll be on there. I'll give you another forecast update then as we look ahead to this new week. We'll talk more heat. We'll talk more storms. I think the whole gang's here tomorrow, so you'll see Tawana on Sunrise in the morning. Be Good will be here with his blog around 9:30, 10 o'clock from this spot tomorrow morning. Until then, everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you guys down the road. Have a good night.